Well, I know it's been a while since I posted any content, but we've been pretty busy around here. It's getting to be hot weather, and I'm trying to get as much done out, as far as the farm work in the mornings and in the afternoons, and trying to do our outside work, of course, in the middle part of the day, during the heat of the day, when we're actually in and out of the vehicle. But the fish are doing well, and the aquaponics system. Let's see if we can turn the seed. I don't know if you can quite see them. They may not. They disappear as soon as the. Anyway, we've got fish growing in the aquaponics system. I've also discovered a couple of old-timey secrets. I'm going to show you one right. This is the bucket. This is the bucket that I use to collect my free. What's this? A fertilizer. That's the word. Fertilizer. That's urine. Yes, human urine. Human urine actually contains high levels of nitrogen, potassium, calcium, trace minerals. It's actually a really good fertilizer, but not in concentrated amounts. So what I'll do is I'll cut it 10 parts water to 1 part urine, and I'll pour that around my plants, and it's kind of like using the worm castings or the worm tea. Speaking of which, I just got some my worms today, and bought them from a guy who he made his living for like 47 years selling worms, and here they are in my worm bin. And what this is here, you can see I've loosed some of the worms in there. They're starting to kind of get down in there, but this is actually renderings or leftovers from the it's gin cotton. You see the little bits of the fibrous material that they don't want in the cotton. A little bit of cotton. This breaks down very, very high in protein, and the guy I bought my worms from gave me a bag of this. He said if you go down to the cotton gin in October, if you're somewhere where they gin cotton, they give this stuff away. High in protein. He said they even feed it to the cattle. So I've kept back a little bit in a bag here, and I'm going to see if my pigs and chickens will eat it, because it's a high source of protein. So let me pull this back, and you should see this is the setup here. I've got a catch bucket on the end here to catch the worm tea, and then what I'll do with this is fill this section here up. I've got worms and there we go, and the worms will eat their way to the top, and I'll move each section down and fill in behind it, and I'm probably again going to have to put more holes in the down here. I've only got a couple of holes here, 3 holes here. I'm going to put some more holes there for the worm tea to get through. Up, and I lost my top. Okay. It's a good thing. There we go. Okay, so speaking of the chickens, one of the little chicks is out. And here are Mama and the 2 chicks, and Goldie and her 2 chicks. I think the white one's a male. None of the other eggs have hatched. We had one that had a bit of a peck hole in it, but I think it was one of the chickens that had done that. And there are 4 eggs out there that candled and actually showed some red in them, or showed some mass in them. We'll see. If they don't go, then we'll just go with these 2, and we'll add to our flock in another way. And we've got spaghetti squash coming in. Really happy to see that. Been cutting a few paths in here, trying to cut the paths. I feed the centipede grass and all the grasses that are in here. The pigs absolutely love it. So here, it's been a very, very hot day. My cucumbers are drooping a little bit. Peppers are drooping a little bit, but I've got some jalapenos growing on here. I had one pepper on this plant, but it got a worm in it, and so the chickens ate that pepper. I've got plenty of flowering going on there, and so let's go back here and see There's Loki. Loki! There's Loki. Yes. And Zeus. Hello, Zeus. Let's see if we can find the little ones, because everyone wants to see the little ones. We got some cantaloupes going in here. They're blooming. Actually, not growing yet. Blooming. And then over here, where we have the still working on the rabbit hutch, of course. Over here, where we have this fence line, we have the watermelon plants, and we've already got several blooms on there, so we should be getting some watermelons soon. I'm letting that grow into the paddock there, so that they can have watermelons. But I do not see the little ones. Ah, they're over there. They're laying there with Mama. They're not quite weaned. We're probably about another month away. She'll wean them naturally, or they'll wean themselves. And just so you know that we are starting to market the animals, get them ready to market them. We'll do a payment plan for the pigs, so that someone can buy the pig and invest in it a little bit along, and then we'll process it at the end of it. Sad thing, but that's the cycle of life. Anyway, that's most of what we got going on the farm this week. A couple of other beds I'm cutting in some more paths, clearing some beds of some grass, and feeding that to the animals. But speaking of, they're whining for me, so I'll get them fed. I'm going to probably get a drink of tea first, and then I'll come out and feed them. It's hot out here. 95 still today, but it's the hottest day we've had this spring so far. Humidity is a little tough, but not too bad. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Life on the Farm, and we'll see you next time.